culture in Louisiana is like the fucking best. I don't know if it's necessarily important so much as it is like the foundation in which New Orleanians exist. So like even my neighbors right across the street, they're porch sitting all the time, and they'll tell you, hey, they'll ask about your day. If you carrying groceries, they offer to help. But then it's also like, just down the street, we have someone who grills every Sunday. And like, if you want to pop by and like grab some food or bring anything, like you're always welcome to, and we'll all congregate by the porch. Like there is such a real life and living that happens on porches. And I don't know if you've ever read like Zora Neale Hurston's, like Their Eyes Were Watching God. I read it like in high school. Part of what they would do is like on Sunday, someone would cook up a big pot of gumbo or a big pot of red beans and rice or something to that effect. And like everybody would congregate around like that person's house at that day. And you can also see like imagery that resembles that in like movies like The Princess and the Frog, which was inspired by New Orleans. So there is also that sense of that still happens, especially in like culture bearing neighborhoods like the Treme. Pretty much any house that's along Claiborne, you'll always kind of have that vibe. And it's crazy that like even something that's gone on for decades actually has its roots in like centuries old, just like tradition of community and camaraderie. I think 9 times out of 10, if someone's not from here and they come here, chances are they already came here and fell in love. Because New Orleans, she will love you, but she's hard to love, and she will make you or break you. So like something that's really funny that I've experienced, not to speak for all Chicagoans, but anyone that I've met who's comes to live here for a second from Chicago, they hate it. And I'm convinced that it's because like Chicago operates properly, and like bus there 20 minutes every 20 minutes. New Orleans buses, it might be an hour, it might be 2 hours, it's definitely not 30 minutes. The streetcar, maybe 20 minutes, doubtful. So like there is this real space in which New Orleans operates as it does, and you either fall in love with that or you learn to adapt. And I think that sense of community is also a thing because, you can tell when someone's not from here because they won't tell you hi or wave when they're walking around. Weird. Definitely not the norm. But then like over time of them experiencing that, they become a wave or say hi person, or they'll stop by and chit chat with you for a second. Definitely not as long as a real New Orleanian because we're nosy as hell, but they will stop and chit chat. And I think that's actually one thing that makes me really comforted despite all the gentrification is that like regardless of how many people end up being here that are not from here, I know that eventually they will be enough like us that, everybody can be a New Orleanian. I fully believe that. No matter how many years it's been, I know that you're gonna become a New Orleanian over time. But also that we're going out into the world rooted in culture, rooted in tradition, and like putting a piece of New Orleans wherever we're going. And I think that's a really cool thought too.